My name is Kathleen Arola-Johnson. I'm happy to have you join me here today at Creative Solace Studios during this art lesson that will be approximately 5 minutes in length and with 5 supplies. That's been the theme through this whole mini journal. We have an interesting page today because so many other pages inform what we're going to do here. What that means is I want to have some crisp, clean lines on this page without a lot of paint because there's a lot of flowy color happening over here that we can see from this page. On top of that, we can also see the page we're working on today through the holes, the spaces left from this page. So I wanted to make sure that everything worked together, wasn't too much, and also stood on its own. The 5 supplies that we will be using today are supply number 1, a snowflake cut from a post-it note. If you don't have a post-it note, you can use just another piece of paper. And if you need a reminder on how to cut a snowflake, I'll put the link in the description to this video because a couple pages back, right about here, there's a snowflake cut with a post-it note under here. I did this one while I was practicing for that page, and so I am using it now on this page. It's just the right size. So snowflake, supply number 2 will be some die cut stars. If you don't have the die cuts, then you could cut them out yourself from some scrapbook paper. After that, we will be using some white gesso to resemble some splatter painted snow coming down. I have a piece of fiber trim that is the length of the bottom of the page, and there are 3 short pieces of yarn. You could have these pieces be a little bit longer, but I ran out of this yarn, so I'm hoping that this length is going to be enough for what I'd like to do, having them hang down from here. So 5 supplies, and keeping in mind what's on the other pages, also having some fun today. First of all, I would like to glue the snowflake down. Glue stick might be a little bit easier than what I'm doing, but either way, we're making sure the different parts of the snowflake get glue on it. Choose the direction you want to put it. I am going to work in this angle. You could rotate it around. Then when I'm gluing on these stars, I'm putting the glue on, but then I need to peek at what is happening back here. So I'm seeing some of the star, but I don't want it to be perfectly in between these, like it just fits right in there. I just want it to be peeking out. Like so. And the last one coming through like that. I think that works well from this side of the page or this side. The next supply is the liquid gesso. I am using a fine-tipped round brush in some water. I'm getting water on the brush, then some of the gesso, then a little bit more water, quickly covering this page to protect it from the splatters. And then my thing is that I like to tap it on a scissors. You could tap it on another brush, another paintbrush handle also. I'm not sure if I want just a gentle fine mist or if I want to go bigger. Oh, that's what I was trying not to do. I always want a little bit more. Halfway through our time, I'm putting a little bit more of the snow to be snowing onto the paper. That will get a minute to dry while I am working on this. This happens to have loops in it, the trim does, and I wanted something hanging down off the bottom of the book so I can see it from all the pages. It will be kind of hanging behind all of them down the bottom. So I'm tying one knot and then a second one. I did not even that one out very well. It got kind of stuck in this loop when I was pulling it through. Let's see if I can do a more even job on this one. That's what I was going for the first time. Another double knot. I just kind of spaced it out so it'll be a third of the way down there. This is hard to tie the double knots with all of these little extra fibers in the way. I keep grabbing them by mistake. And the last one. Who knew that one of the hardest parts of the project would be tying these fluffy yarn pieces? Whoa. The glue that I'm using is E6000. Just use some kind of a craft glue or a fabric glue that can handle the fibers and also the ends of it so it doesn't unravel or fray at the ends. This was a very simple art journal page today, and the reason for it is because I wanted to have those crisp, clean lines while showing through from behind. I'm back. I could not leave this page. It's been bothering me a lot. It does not look finished at all. Doesn't look up to the completeness of the rest of the pages in this book. So I'm adding bonus supply number 6, which is an acetate scrapbook paper, transparency paper with some graphics on it to make it look not as simple and just more complete. That's what art is all about. Making sure that you feel okay revisiting something if you need to. And I needed to revisit this page. I worked on a couple pages beyond this and I came back to it because I've been thinking about it. Here's what it looks like with that page on top of it. Thank you for following me on this journey. Let me know in the comments if you think it's complete now.